MTV Music Television. I'm Martha Quinn, and coming up, Billy Ocean video, Alan Parsons Project on the way. Colin Hay from Men at Work is here in the studio, and we'll kick off with Howard Jones. At its Burn video, All the King's Horses. I'm Martha Quinn here with Colin Hay. Now, how do I introduce you, Colin? Do I say Colin Hay of Men at Work? Is there a Men at Work?
That's fine. That's fine. That'll do just fine. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what's happening with the band. What band? Who's in the band?
Well, last year it was a case of the incredible shrinking band. There was 3, then 2, then 1 after we did the Two Hearts record. And I put a band together and we toured Australia and Japan. We toured for about 3 months. We went lots of different places and we finished in December. And out of that band came a bass player and drummer who I'm going to use for the next album. And the bass player's name is Jeremy Allsop, who lives in Australia and comes from Australia. And a guy called Chad Wackerman, who plays with Frank Zappa, who plays drums. So it's just going to be 3 of us, 3-piece power sort of band, and we'll augment from there.
You and I were speaking earlier about how it's been a long time since you and I first met, just before the Business as Usual record. And as I recall, you and Greg had been together for quite some time. What happened?
Well, I think that he just, it was a partnership that worked really well for quite a long time, but I just think that he wanted to do his own music to a greater degree, and I think that he also felt that no matter how long he was in the band for, that Men at Work would more or less be a vehicle for my music, although he had songs on the last record too, and I just think that he didn't want to tour as much. He wanted to stay at home and base himself in Melbourne and work and do film scores and do different projects, because if you're in a band, it's all-consuming. It takes up pretty well all your time, and he knew that I wanted to tour and keep going with Men at Work, so that's what happened. But there was no personal sort of problems. I still see him all the time and things like that.
So you're the only original member of Men at Work. So why did you decide to retain the Men at Work?
Well, I sort of started it in a way, 6 years ago in '79, and if I hadn't have kept it going, I would have felt that it was like a book with the last chapter incomplete. I just felt that the band Men at Work Music has still got a lot more to offer, and even when I come to America, there's still so many people with a high level of positivity about the band, and I still like it. I still like the name, and I want to carry it going. I want to keep it going for as long as it feels right, you know.
Okay, well, you were telling me before that you were on a searching mission. We're going to find out what that is all about. Colin Hay, you're going to stay with us for a little bit. Meanwhile, Talking Heads video Stay Up Late is on the way, and there's more to go on this Friday night. We've revised it just now, too. When the going gets tough,
the tough go shopping.
The tough go shopping. This is Colin Hay from Men at Work talking to us today. And you had mentioned to me earlier that you are on a searching mission. What are you talking about?
Well, it's a very important mission. I want to find a producer. Greg and I produced the last album, and it was a lot of fun, but I learned an awful lot. But I want to find a producer who can bring out a bit of soul. And I've been to Los Angeles for a week, and New York for a week, and I'm going to London for a week to try and find the man. Or woman, you know, could be. Why are there no women producers?
I don't know.
There's not very many. Anyway, I've been seeing...
There's Genya Raven, or... Does Lydia Lunch produce? I think she's done some producing.
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, who are you thinking of?
Well, there's a short list which becomes a very short list just because of people's availabilities. They're usually not available till sometime next century. You know, but there's a guy. I'm seeing Peter Collins, who's working with Billy Squire at the moment, and a couple of people in England, and I've seen a couple of people in Los Angeles, but I'm not sure yet. I just want to find out. I think that I'd like to do it in England. It's the physical environment, which is also quite important. I'd like to do the record in England and base myself in the Northern Hemisphere, somewhere in the Northern Hemisphere. So
when you choose your producer and you have your location, what direction, being that this is an all-new work, will you be going in?
Well, it's going to be a three-pronged approach, just bass, drums, and guitar, and we'll augment from there. Because what happened in the last two was that I discovered that combination worked very well, and I want to keep going with that. I don't want to use very many machines on this next record. I want to use people, and I want it to sound like it's people, because everyone's using the same kind of technology, and I'd like it to sound like I'd like it to sound very human, very open. And but I want to do it in England because I can't really work from Australia anymore. It's just too far away. It's 12,000 miles away, and I'd like to just come over here and be a lot more visible, and I'd like to tour the band again and play over here too.
Aren't you going to miss those Vegemite sandwiches?
Well, I never really did, you know. I never really did, but perhaps I will.
Perhaps you could bring over a whole case of your...
Perhaps I'll perhaps I'll develop you know, a longing for it. But no, I think that's something that I'll probably be able to do without.
All right, well, I certainly hope that you will come back and let us know exactly what's happening, what producer you find, and keep us posted on the continuation of Men at Work. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Alan Parsons Project and Stereotomy is coming up within 20 minutes. Thank you for spending Friday night with us.
Thank you very much.